Well, hello ladies and gents, it looks like we're getting a God of War TV series. I mean, we are getting a God of War TV series. Now wait, there'll be some stuff in this report from Deadline, because it's an exclusive to Deadline, that sounds really good. Don't get, your hopes up just yet. And I say that because they front run it with, from The Expanse. Calm down, because then it's also from the Wheel of Time, people. Okay? So we're going to dive into this today, ladies and gents. If you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe, give the video a like, and do share it. It really does help the channel out. And just check you are subscribed. YouTube's been unsubscribing a vast amount of people. It's just part of what they've been doing recently, and it's very frustrating. So just check you are still indeed subscribed to the channel. But let's dive into this today. So we're getting a God of War TV series. Also, I turn and we've got a Jasper cameo. Didn't even realise he was here. There you go. Jasper cameo. He's chilling out on his couch. God of War TV series adaptation eyed by Prime Video. Now, I will say this. This individual, Nelly Andreeva, is actually, genuinely is connected. When I knew all about the Hellraiser TV series, she dropped in and was like, oh, I've heard blah, 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 blah. Exactly the same stuff that I had just heard. So she does know what she's talking about. There is a God of War TV series in the works. I would say that unequivocally. I would believe this individual basically based on what I know. So here we go. Look, exclusive, right? PlayStation's flagship action-adventure franchise, God of War, is heading to television. Prime Video is in negotiations for a live-action TV series based on the hugely popular ancient mythology-themed game, sources said. Now, this individual says, I hear the series adaptation comes from, and this is the stuff that I say, don't get your hopes up about, The Expanse creators, executive producers, Mark Fergus and Hawk Ostby, and the Wheel of Time executive producer showrunner Rafe Judkins. Now, just to kind of throw that out there, right? These are just executive producers. They didn't write the shows. They just saw potential, right? They just saw potential. Now, that could be monetary. They might not be show running it. Therefore, the individuals that are hired have got nothing to do with them. So this is what I mean by, just don't get your hopes up straight away when you hear those. That's a buzzword, basically. It's like, oh, look, we get these amazing people from that show that you really, really loved. They're the thought bubble. They're the reason why they exist, but not necessarily in the form that you so appreciated, if that makes any sense. Hence why I said just calm down. Now, it is also, and this is something to break down as well, it is also courtesy of Sony Pictures Television and PlayStation Productions, which will collaborate on all TV series based on PlayStation games. That doesn't mean anything. They have to. It's their property. They have to have their name on board. So again, them being attached to it, not a hugely positive element. It's dependent on how involved they are to whether this is going to be any good or not. Right? That's the crux of the matter. And then realistically, it's all about the writers, They should be getting the same writers on board. They should be. But what an amazing time to be a game fan. Aren't we seeing a massive, surge in game properties? Halo, Uncharted, not Uncharted. Yeah, well, Uncharted was, yeah. The Last of Us, I was going to say Uncharted was a TV series, but it's not. It's been turned into a movie. And then, The Last of Us, Sonic movie. There's a lot of video games being pushed out now. And Prime's an interesting location to put it. Prime has a lot of money, like all the money in the world, to make these kind of properties. So it is interesting to see that it's gone to Prime. Or the Railies is in negotiations with Prime. Anyway, and they definitely have the funds to make it a viable option. For something like this, though, I will say they should be employing the technology behind the Mandalorian, right? So that sort of LED screens. It should be that technology. That's what you would that would immerse yourself in this world. That's the technology that you should use. That would make this a very immersive experience and seamless as well. Massive live action set pieces probably won't work that well on this because you'd have to have really massive live action set pieces. It wouldn't work. You'd have to spend way too much money on it, making it a feasible option anyway. So, it does sound okay in theory. Like I say, Prime's good. Reps for Sony and Amazon Studios will likely co-produce, and they also had no comment, which makes sense. I mean, why would Sony be commenting on stuff like that just yet? Doesn't make any sense for them to do that. This would mark the latest big deal for a TV series based on a popular video game title and a red-hot streaming marketplace for gaming IPs. And that is true, right? So I didn't do a report on this because I didn't really know too much to sort of dive in. There wasn't a lot of information, basically. But Peacock has just landed another PlayStation property, Twisted Metal, with a series order and Anthony Mackie starring, which sounded fine. You know, again, it's just another massive, massive property. And then, of course, you know, HBO is now currently shooting the high-profile PlayStation-based game series The Last of Us, starring Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey. And Netflix, of course, has their Resident Evil TV series in the works, while Paramount is doing Halo. There's a lot going on in the video game space for video game adaptations to live action, TV series, movies, etc. And some of this is great. Some of this is not that great. I always think, like, you know, more recently, a game which definitely should be adapted, especially in the world that we're in now with what's popular. You should be doing a Senua's Sacrifice game adaptation. That would be amazing. Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, well, just Hellblade in general. That's what you should adapt. I mean, this massive like surge of Viking things. That'd be really good. People would love that, and that'd be pretty easy to adapt, I think, especially with the Mandalorian tech. So Amazon Studios has been particularly aggressive in the arena. It has Killer Films' upcoming TV series Fallout. So that's the other thing. You know, they've got their Fallout TV series, and that's got Walton Goggins in it. And they're developing a Mass Effect series adaptation. And they've just closed the first look deal with DJ2 Entertainment to develop series based on gaming IPs. They've been doing a lot of stuff. But of course, the God of War franchise from Sony's Santa Monica Studios spans a total of 7 games across 4 PlayStation consoles, and the action game series launched in 2005 on PlayStation 2. God, that's old now, isn't it? With the first God of War, and at the centre is ex-Spartan warrior Kratos and his perilous journey to exact revenge on Ares, the Greek god of war, after killing his loved ones, under the deity's influence. After becoming the ruthless god of war himself, Kratos finds himself constantly looking for a chance to change his fate. Yeah, interesting. It'll be really interesting to see. Now, obviously, Kratos comes to the Norse wilds, where he gets a second chance at fatherhood with his son Atreus. And the installment is a slew of honours, blah, 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 blah. So the 8th God of War installment, God of War Ragnarok. That's going to be dropping this year. So Fergus and Osby shared an Oscar nomination for co-writing Children of Men. That's not a selling point for this, I'm not going to lie. And also co-wrote the script for Iron Man. Again, not such a selling point for this either. You know, there's nothing about Children of Men and Iron Man that I would say is hugely transferable to God of War, but you correct me if you think otherwise. Which, of course, yeah, I don't know. And then, of course, they have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Credits as well. I mean, that's not great. I don't think anyone cares too much about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I could be wrong. But what do you guys think? God of War series. Again, good to be a games fan. Interesting time to be alive. Let's hope they nail some of these things. You know, this will be out when. Well, this will be in production when I would imagine we will already get something from the Fallout series. So the Fallout series is probably a good marker for this being good or bad, because it's from the same, same distributor. Anyway, Amazon, not the same, people working on it and studios and the like. But there you have it. What do you think? Let me know down below. If you're new here, like I said, do hit subscribe. Check you're subscribed. Give the video a like, and please do share it. Cheers from me and Lord Jasper. We love you all. Bye-bye.